Busy nights don't mean boring dinners. Today I'm going to show you how to make a Hawaiian chicken dinner that only needs one pan and just 30 minutes in the oven to bake. Hi, I'm Carrie, busy mom of 8, and I've been professionally cooking for over 14 years, and I know exactly what it's like to have busy evenings. This recipe is not only budget friendly, but simple to make, but it's also loaded with flavor, and you can find the full recipe linked in the description below. Let's get cooking. Preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. First, let's grab your baking sheet and let's line it with either foil or parchment paper just to make the cleanup even easier, because if you have foil on it, guess what? No washing required. Now we're gonna chop up our veggies. I always like to chop up my veggies first before the chicken, because then you only have to wash one cutting board. If you do the chicken first, you've got to move the cutting board and get a new one. So we're gonna start with red and orange bell peppers, which you can do any color that you like. You just need one of each. Now I know we all cut peppers differently, and that's completely okay, but you just want them in 1.5 inch pieces approximately. Just cut the sides off of your pepper. That way you leave the core intact. And then on these bigger pieces, I cut it in half and then in half again. So you have these large chunks. I prefer the large chunks, almost like if you were going to make kebabs. Now we're just gonna spread this on the baking sheet. Just throw it on there. And then we're gonna chop our onion. I'm gonna do a red onion, but you could do any onion you would like. Now we're just gonna cut off the ends first and then cut it in half and peel off that outer layer. Then I'm gonna take these halves and just cut them into thirds. You could also do halves, because we just want these really big pieces that we're going to separate. Don't stress out about it. Now we just throw those on the sheet pan too. Again, don't worry about it. Then you need 1 cup of diced pineapple. Today I'm using canned because pineapple isn't in season while I'm making this video, but if it's in season, I highly recommend you use fresh pineapple. That would be amazing. But even if it's not, it's still gonna be really, really good. Now we need 1.5 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken breast. Can you use chicken thighs? Yes, as long as they are boneless and skinless. Place this aside. We're gonna cut these into 1.5 inch pieces. So remember, we're trying to get around the same size as the veggies. So we have the grain. I always say cut lengthwise into the grain, across the grain. That way your pieces are nice and tender. Don't worry about it if they're too small or too big. You know, just good chunks of chicken is what you need for this. So you just cut it lengthwise, depending how big your pieces are. Turn it and then cut it. By the way, I love my knife, highly recommend it. We include a link in the description for it. You really don't need to buy a lot of crazy expensive knives. You just need one really good knife. I have had my knife, the one that's in my kitchen, for over like 15 years. And it's still great. You just gotta sharpen it. And now we just spread it right onto the pan with our veggies. Don't worry about where you're putting it, because we're gonna toss this with the sauce. So we'll spread it all out in a minute. Now we're gonna clean up and wash our hands from all the chicken guts. Now we're gonna whisk together all the ingredients to make this amazing Hawaiian sauce. So we have a 1/4 cup of pineapple juice. If you're using canned pineapple, you can just get the juice from there. Everybody say hi, puppies. And if you're not, then you can just do like a can or fresh pineapple juice as well. We need a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. Pack it in. We need rice vinegar. Now, if you're like, oh my gosh, don't worry about it. Remember, the full recipe is linked in the description, or you can get it by going to eatonadime.com. So you can just enjoy this video, and then you can head to eatonadime.com to print out, to save the full recipe. Then we need a 1/3 cup of soy sauce. I really like using low sodium soy sauce. You could also use coconut aminos, I believe is what it's called, for gluten-free option. and for a soy alternative. Then we need 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. Of course, did I say that correctly? Let me know in the comments. Now we're going to use cornstarch. You can also use like arrowroot powder, 2 tablespoons. This is a thickening agent. This is what will help make that sauce feel like a store-bought sauce. Then minced garlic, or you can mince your own garlic. We'll need 2 teaspoons if you're using pre-minced, or you can mince 2 cloves of garlic if you're using fresh. A 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes, just for a little heat. I love the sweet and the spicy together. It's not super spicy, it just adds a little bit. And then we're gonna do ginger. Now the recipe originally calls for a 1/4 teaspoon of ground ginger, but I'm obsessed with fresh ginger, so I'm gonna do that today. You'll just take this fresh ginger. I know it looks scary at the store, but it's not. And this is like a plainer, you know, like if you're going to zest a lemon or something. Just go like this. So you just rub it on there, and then look, you see all of this, and we want about a teaspoon worth, and I just eye it. So a 1/4 teaspoon of ground if you're just buying it, just the ground. One of the questions we get is, do you need to peel it? No, you don't need to do anything. I just cut off a piece and then get to going. You can also use a cheese shredder if you don't have something like this, but we will have everything linked in the description. Grab a whisk, and we're gonna whisk everything together. Now that cornstarch will be clumpy at first, so just take your whisk side to side until it's all dissolved. So instead of whisking like this, I like to go side to side and kind of move the bowl just to get everything well combined and dissolved, the cornstarch and the brown sugar. Take half of that sauce and pour right on top. So we're not gonna use it all, just half, and I'll explain why. Then take your tongs and toss everything into that sauce. After you've tossed it, we're going to spread it out into a thin layer. And that was the hard part of this recipe. I know, it wasn't very hard. Off to the oven it goes for 30 minutes. Place in the preheated oven for about 30 minutes until that chicken is cooked through. It's been 25 minutes, so now we're going to take this out and test the chicken. Now we want to test the chicken with a meat thermometer and see where we're at. We want to be at least 165 degrees. I usually check the biggest pieces of chicken, and we are at or over 165 degrees, so we are good. While that's resting, we're going to take that remaining marinade sauce and we're going to microwave it for about 60 to 90 seconds so it can get nice and thick. You want to just do it until it's nice and thicker, so it's not as runny and it has like a consistency of a sauce that you could like buy in a store. Then you're just gonna drizzle this right on top. This just adds a little extra flavor, because when you bake chicken, a lot of times the chicken will release a lot of liquid and it will just thin down the flavor that you get, which is why we save half. So it's really important that you do this. It's a really easy step. And there you go, friends. Dinner's done. Now I love to serve it on a bed of rice. You could serve it as is. That sauce is just delicious on the rice. Just scoop it on top. And dinner is served. That's how easy it is to make Hawaiian chicken sheet pan dinner. I love it, guys. Hey, remember, you can get the full recipe at eatingonadime.com, where you can get a ton of budget-friendly recipes. We're all about helping people eat well on a budget. It tastes so good, friends. I love it. I love how simple it is. I hope I've inspired you to give it a try, because dinner doesn't have to be boring, even if it's fast and easy. Okay guys, if you need more budget-friendly recipes, make sure you check out this next video, and I will see you next time in my kitchen.